Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot readings every single Monday and you receive a Reiki charged guided meditation or sound healing every single Thursday. If we haven't met before, I'm Frances and I'm so honored and excited to be here with you. So without further ado, let's get into our tarot card reading for the week. As always, I am using the Four Noble Tarot deck. This deck was created by myself and designed and illustrated by Haley of Old Soul Supply. It's all sustainably made, gold foil, super light lavender color, and it's just really beautiful, super nourishing. Something about tarot, and if you've been watching these for a while, you know that we very rarely go into the future. I think a lot of times people think with tarot reading that fortune telling is a part of it, and it may have been in the past, but I think tarot has evolved, and at least the way that I work with tarot, it's very much about understanding what's going on now to empower you to make the best decisions moving forward and to receive guidance about how to best optimize the energy that we're existing in at the time. So we're going to do that for this week. If you're seeing this video after it was recorded, please trust that it found you at exactly the right time. Working in the light and the highest, for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And everyone here's spiritual team as well in the highest light. All right. What do we need to know this week? So, I'm going to hover my hands over the cards. Also, if you are new here and you ever hear that noise, those little tippy toes, that is my dog Nova. She likes to not sit still, so you may hear her running around from time to time, but real life, right? Okay, so I have our cards spread out in our rainbow here. I'm just gonna hover my hand over them, choose the cards that are calling for us this week. If you would like to join me in this process, I would love it. Please feel free to just close your eyes, maybe take a round of breath, and just set your intention that your energy is here with us now. What do we need to know this week? Ooh, huge chunk of cards. Okay, so we have 4 cards and then 2 single cards over here. So let's see what this chunk of 4 is. I feel like it has a story to tell us, okay? So, okay, the Hierophant, 7 of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the King of Cups. Very interesting. Okay, so if you are watching this video the week that it was recorded, today is Halloween, Samhain. We are in the day, the time where the veil between worlds is thin, right? So much more, I don't want to say easier, but maybe accessible to communicate with the other side, ancestors, angels, spiritual teams. Now, of course, again, if you've been here for a long time, this doesn't mean that we have to wait for Samhain every year to connect, but traditionally this is in Celtic tradition. Samhain is when they would worship, and then it turned into Halloween. So if you're not watching this week, please trust that we always connect with our spiritual team whenever we want to. But again, it's interesting that this is coming up this week because our first card, the Hierophant, this card is about mentorship and especially in the sense of spiritual connection. So this could be a really great week to actually learn something new in regards to spirituality. Maybe it's learning how to meditate, or learning how to read tarot cards, learning how to communicate with your spiritual team, learning more about crystals, your chakra line, which all of those last 4 things, I do have online courses on my website. I'll leave the description. I'll leave the link in the description box below for those. But learning something new in regards to how you can connect deeper. I feel like everyone here, like your spiritual teams are waiting for you to connect with them. They're always with you, but it feels like what normally they are here, they're like here, which makes sense because of the day, the energy of the week that we're in. But even beyond that, I feel that your teams are asking not for more from you as in you're not doing enough, but more from you as in this is a two-way relationship. it's not just them protecting you and supporting you and guiding you. It's you receiving information from them and learning the tools to know how to receive that information. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you have any questions about how to do that. Some examples: journaling, meditation, channeling, and again, you can learn all of that in my online courses. They are very niched down. I also do have, not to like make this a sales pitch, but just to tell you what is available to you, I am enrolling for my mentorship program, the Alignment Academy, starting in January 2023. It is the only time I'm going to be running it in 2023. In this program, it's a group hybrid, so we meet live every week for 12 weeks with a group of only up to 10 other students, and you learn all things spirituality. This course is for those of you who have a spiritual connection but like haven't fine-tuned it and want to learn how to do that. So just putting that out there. I'll leave the link to join the waitlist in the description box below as well, okay? Okay, but aside from all of that, whatever you want to do this week to learn to deepen that connection with spirit. With it too, it feels like, and this is very interesting, Seven of Wands is your next card. Seven of Wands is kind of about feeling like incoming, like you just feeling like you're having to fend off all this stuff. And how this is coming through this week is actually in regards to spiritual practices. It is an overwhelming space in the world out there, right? Especially on social media. It's like, you have to do this, and there's this tool, and meditate this way. No, meditate this way. And now you have to try human design. Oh, and also astrology, also tarot. Also, you should be meditating, and also you should be journaling every day. And you should also have a spiritual routine where you are meditating with crystals, but don't worry about meditating with this type of crystal. You have to use this type of, it's just like so much information out there, because what teachers or mentors or leaders in this space are doing is they're sharing what works for them, but what works for one person might not work for you. And so that's why this week you have Seven of Wands, which is like incoming, like, what do I do? And then you have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about slow it down. Queen of Wands is also a very intuitive card. So come into your intuition. What is going to make you feel most connected? Knowing yourself. So if you're someone who struggles to sit still, sitting meditation is not going to be what makes you feel most connected, right? Because it's going to be infuriating, because the whole time you're probably going to be like, oh, I can't sit still. What am I supposed to be doing? Blah, 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 right? Maybe for you, you want to try moving meditation or audible channeling, where you're literally speaking spirit through your body. Maybe, you're going to be someone who wants to buy a palm stone crystal, because when you're sitting in meditation, if you want to do that, you can be moving it in your hand so that there is a space for your energy to be going and receiving from, right? So these cards, it's interesting, they're talking about spiritual practice this week and how to connect, but they're asking you, connect in your way, what you know of you, and then choose what's going to work for you. Yeah, because finally you have King of Cups. The whole point of this is to feel good, to become the master of your emotions, of your intuition, of your alignment. And the only way to do that is by deepening that spiritual connection through knowledge and learning, because if we don't know where to start, we can't start, right? So what am I going to learn? I know there's so much information out there, Seven of Wands, but what do I know of myself, and what's going to make me feel the best? Queen of Wands, King of Cups, right? And not letting, further guidance from King of Cups, not letting the overwhelming information cause your anxiety or your stress or your worth, your your self-doubt maybe to flare up, right? Letting your emotions control you, making you neglect decisions that you actually want to make, which is to deepen your connection, and rather take control of those emotions. Calm down, Queen of Wands. I am the master of my emotions, King of Cups. So I am not going to let them control me. I will not let the stress and the fear and the confusion get the best of me. No. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to ask what's going to make me feel the best. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to start my journey of learning and connection in the way that works for me. not the way that everyone else tells me to. Okay? So very interesting that that's coming through this week. Because I feel like, again, your teams are right here. They're just asking for that two-way connection. Okay? All right, cool. Now we have these two single cards. Let's see if they're related or if they're completely separate. So we have Judgment, totally separate. Well, yes and no, separate and not separate. So let's do the not separate piece. So the Judgment card. First things first with this card, if we're relating it back to these cards here, the reason that you may have been maybe neglecting your connection is because of self-judgment. Who am I to connect with my spiritual team? Who am I to communicate with the universe? Why me? Right? Why not you? I'm not special. Me, Francis, like, I'm not special. I just learned how to do this in the way that works for me. All of us have a call from our teams to connect. It's just whether or not you want to answer it or not. We all have the ability to do this. So you can if you want to. Don't get in your own way. Okay? Separately from connection, the Judgment card is coming in this week and just encouraging you to be nice to yourself. There is still quite heavy energy right now. We have a lot of Scorpio energy, and it's just, we're like out of eclipse season. It's just like, things are just like, like they feel a little tight right now. And so when they feel like that, it can be really easy to be super hard on ourselves. It can also be really easy to judge others. So this week, the Judgment card is asking you, I'm hearing like, take it with a grain of salt. So if something happens that's maybe just like a little wonky, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. If you're being really hard on yourself, take it with a grain of salt and just like, you know what? Inner critic, you're being a bully today. I don't have to listen to you. Yeah. So just trying to be kinder to yourself and to others and not letting maybe your sensitivity, which is probably a little bit heightened this week, stop you from enjoying your life. They're saying it's so easy to let one thing ruin everything. Oh, I love that. I feel like I want to get that tattoo. Don't let one thing ruin everything, right? So maybe in the morning you hit traffic. Are you going to let that ruin your whole day? Right? Or let's say someone is rude to you, or something happens and you're like, that person is the worst. Judgment. And then you have all this nasty energy in you and it's festering all day long. One thing doesn't need to ruin everything for you. Yeah, so kind of letting things come and go as they come and go, including criticism. You can be critical and then it's like, I can just let that go. I love myself. That's the permanent truth. Yeah? Okay. I love that. One thing does not have to ruin everything. Yes. And I love myself so much that I'm not going to allow one small thing to ruin everything because I deserve to feel good. Yeah? Okay. And then finally, Page of Cups. I love her. Look at her. She is just like such a boss. So Page of Cups is very much about following what you want, moving in the direction of your desires. Similarly, actually, to some guidance that we received before, but this feels bigger picture. This week, and we had this last week a bit too, but this week is about nurturing yourself and doing what you need to do for you. It may feel, and I can feel there's a little bit of fear here, like, I don't have time to put myself first. Like, I have to handle all of this other stuff. But actually, by putting yourself first, I'll show you, I hope you can see it. In this card, in the cup, there's a little fish coming out of the cup. That represents opportunity out of nowhere. Sudden surprise that's going to serve you well. But the only way to be open to receiving that is if you have an open heart by doing what feels good to you, by following your heart, by honoring what your heart is asking for in a nourishing way. Yeah. So this week, self-prioritization, yes, but more like I am safe to choose what I want if it makes me feel good. And I do it my way. And that's okay. I love myself enough and I respect myself enough to do what is right for me, because when I do that, I come into greater alignment and then more opportunities open for me. And if you're doing this work here too, I am connected with my spiritual team. I can hear what they want, maybe even just through my own intuition. Don't underestimate that. Your intuition is in constant communication with your spiritual team, that third eye, right? So coming from yourself does not mean you're not connecting with them. But when you're in that alignment, you're able to hear, and then you're able to feel more confident and clear in the path that you are walking. Even if you don't know the next step, you're like, that's okay, I'm good right here. Yeah? Okay. So this week, I want you, the kind of underlying message behind everything is, you know what's best for you. Be nice to yourself because you deserve it and you deserve joy and happiness. Yeah? So because of that, we're going to honor it. Our spiritual teams want us to communicate with them as well. So what tools, what practices are we going to do there? We're going to be nice to ourselves. We're not going to let one thing ruin everything because we deserve joy. And also we're going to do what makes us feel good because that brings us into alignment. And when we are in alignment, opportunities find us that serve us in the best, in the highest light. Okay? Okay, beautiful. I'm so excited. Please let me know how this resonated with you in the comments. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments as well. If you would like to donate to the Love Jar, I will leave my PayPal donation link in the description. That just helps me to show up for you every single week with energy, and I'm so grateful and so just so much gratitude for those donations. So thank you so, so much. I look forward to seeing you back here on Thursday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a beat. And I'm sending so much love and light your way.